Welcome to the Englishstorywell channel, your ultimate destination for captivating stories that enhance your English learning journey. Here, we believe that stories are not just a form of entertainment, but a powerful tool to improve your language skills. Let's go to started.
Once upon a time, in a small town, there lived a boy named Alex. Alex was a curious and friendly boy, but he had one problem. He wasn't very good at listening. Whenever someone spoke to him, his mind would wander, and he would miss important details. His teachers and parents often reminded him, "Alex, you need to listen carefully to understand better." One day, Alex's teacher, Mrs. Green, announced a big test in class. The test was based on what she had been teaching for the past few weeks. Alex had not paid attention during those lessons, so he felt very nervous. He realized that his poor listening skills were affecting his studies. Mrs. Green noticed Alex's anxiety and decided to help him. She told the class, "Listening is a very important skill. If you can listen well, you can learn anything. Listening helps you understand instructions, learn new things, and communicate better with others." That evening, Alex thought about what Mrs. Green had said. He knew that if he wanted to do well in school and understand people better, he had to improve his listening skills. The next day, Alex decided to make a change. He started by paying full attention in class. Instead of letting his mind wander, he focused on every word that Mrs. Green said. He sat at the front of the class so he could hear better, and he made sure not to get distracted by anything around him. At home, Alex practiced listening to his parents and friends. Whenever his mom or dad spoke to him, he made sure to look at them, nod, and ask questions if he didn't understand something. He learned that listening was not just about hearing words but about understanding the meaning behind them. One afternoon, Alex's father came home from work and asked, "Alex, can you help me with something?" Instead of just saying yes and then forgetting about it, Alex listened carefully. His father explained that they needed to fix the garden fence. Alex listened to every step of the plan, and together they finished the job quickly. His father was impressed and said, "Alex, you did a great job. I see you've been practicing your listening skills." Mrs. Green noticed the improvement in Alex and wanted to encourage him even more. She introduced a fun game in the class called the listening game. The rules were simple. Mrs. Green would tell a short story, and the students had to listen carefully. After the story, she would ask questions about it. The student who answered the most questions correctly would win a prize. Alex was excited about the game and determined to do well. During the game, he listened to every word of the story. Mrs. Green asked questions like, "What was the color of the car in the story?" And "Where did the main character go after school?" Because Alex had listened carefully, he could answer almost all the questions. When the game ended, Mrs. Green announced that Alex was the winner. She gave him a small trophy and said, "This trophy is for the best listener in the class. Well done, Alex." Alex felt proud and realized that listening carefully had made him a better student. As Alex continued to improve his listening skills, he noticed that it was not just helping him in school but also in his relationships with his friends. His best friend, Lily, often told him stories about her day. Before, Alex would sometimes miss what she said, and she would have to repeat herself. But now, he listened closely and responded to her stories with interest. One day, Lily told Alex about a problem she was having at home. Her little brother had broken her favorite toy, and she was upset. Alex listened carefully and offered comforting words. He said, "I'm sorry that happened, Lily. I understand why you're upset. Maybe we can fix it together." Lily smiled and thanked Alex for being such a good friend. She said, "You're a great listener, Alex. I feel better talking to you." Alex felt happy that he could help his friend just by listening. He realized that listening was not only about learning but also about being a good friend and showing that you care. As the weeks passed, Alex continued to practice his listening skills every day. He listened carefully in class, at home, and with his friends. The more he practiced, the better he became. He started doing well in his studies, and his teachers noticed the improvement. Finally, the day of the big test arrived. Alex was nervous, but he remembered all the listening practice he had done. He knew that he had learned a lot just by paying attention in class. When Mrs. Green handed out the test papers, Alex read the instructions carefully and answered each question with confidence. A few days later, Mrs. Green announced the test results. She called Alex's name and said, "Alex, you got one of the highest scores in the class. Your hard work and listening skills have really paid off." Alex was overjoyed and thanked Mrs. Green for her support. At home, Alex showed the test results to his parents. They were proud of him and said, "We knew you could do it, Alex. You've become a great listener, and it shows in everything you do." From that day on, Alex never forgot the importance of listening. He knew that listening was not just about hearing words but about understanding and responding to them. Whether he was in school, at home, or with friends, Alex made sure to always listen carefully. As Alex grew older, his listening skills helped him in many ways. He did well in school, built strong friendships, and was able to learn new things easily. He even became a good communicator, as he learned that listening was the first step to understanding others. Alex realized that listening was a skill that would help him throughout his life. He was grateful to Mrs. Green for teaching him the value of listening, and he was proud of himself for making the effort to improve. And so, Alex lived happily, always listening and learning, knowing that a good listener is someone who can achieve anything they set their mind to.
Whether you're a beginner or an advanced learner, our carefully curated stories cater to all levels, making learning English enjoyable and effective. Join our community of language enthusiasts and let the magic of storytelling transform your learning experience. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. Dive into Englishstorywell, where every story is a step towards mastering English.